Hello friends, and welcome back for day 3, project number 3 of the 7-day project challenge. So for today, I'm going to make this little round sign into a door sign for my craft room. Now I got this sign at Target a while back for $3. It was in that little savings area that they have at the front of the store. So yeah, you want to make a similar sign? Keep watching so you can see how I do mine. Alright, so the first thing that I'm actually going to do is get a measurement of how big my circle is so that I can move that size, put that size of a circle in Design Space, because my little tag does not actually tell me how big the circle actually is. So mine is 11 and 10/16, whatever that breaks down to. So now I'm going to go into Design Space to create my design. Alright, so in Design Space, the first thing that I did was add a circle, and I made it as big as my actual circle was, which was 11.625 inches. I did end up changing the color to white because I was going to use the white side of my board. Now I wanted my sign to say craft room, so I went ahead and added the font or text for craft, and then I added the word room separately. I did it that way so I had room to rotate and twist the words individually so that they fit on the circle kind of the way that I had, I guess, visioned for this project. And I did decide to go with 2 completely different fonts for the word craft and the word room. I thought that just added just a little bit of, I don't know, extra personality to it, you could say. And I wanted to add some kind of like crafty images to go around it, almost like a wreath. So I decided to take advantage of Cricut's huge image library to add just a little bit extra to it. I ended up adding a paintbrush, a pencil, some crayons, scissors, a button star. But once I got it all arranged, I just moved the font up to the front and hid the big circle before I hit make it. This was the most vinyl I've ever cut. I did use the premium vinyl cut setting, but I ended up with 14 different cuts for 14 different colors. It took me quite a while to get all of them cut, so I decided to just kind of narrow down what you guys are actually seeing here, or this video would be forever long. I used a mixture of Oracal 651, 631, Cricut brand, and Frisco Craft vinyls. Now, once I got them all cut, I did separate them into piles as to what pieces went with what images. I went through and weeded everything before I even started layering any of my pictures. Now, I do use parchment paper to help me layer my images. I think it just makes it a lot smoother and a lot easier to get the image lined up the way that I want it, and it's super inexpensive. So if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will make a separate video just on layering vinyl with parchment paper. I did end up having 3 full layered vinyl stickers. I had the pencil, the paintbrush, and then the crayons. So the rest of them were just single cut. I didn't have to layer anything. But once I got them all ready to go, I did start trying to figure out how I wanted them placed on the circle. I did have my computer in front of me so I could kind of compare it, but I wasn't able to get it identical to the image that I made in Design Space. But I decided to just start with the paintbrush and just start applying it and get it as close as possible. Now, because this is a flat surface, this was a super easy, simple transfer process. The wood, actually, the vinyl stuck super good to the wood, even though it was painted. It was really absolutely incredible. Now, this actual craft room words, I had a little issue with because I didn't want to cut another piece of transfer tape, and it wasn't quite big enough, but I did make it work, and I didn't end up messing up any of my letters, so
that is definitely a bonus here. You can see here I am using the parchment paper, so I just left a little piece of the vinyl uncovered by parchment paper so I could press it down. Then I just lift up the transfer tape, remove the parchment paper, and then just smoothly squeegee the rest of the vinyl down until it's all laid out on my surface.
And here it is. I think it looks fabulous. I might actually add just a few little things kind of right here to fill that space in, but honestly, I love the way it looks. It looks exactly the way that I want it to for the kind of stuff that like I do here in my craft room. Not frilly, trendy, anything. I make a mess. I use all kinds of supplies. So I think that this sign here is perfect for the kind of crafts that I do in my craft room. So project number 3, day number 3 in the books. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas for the other 4 days, let me know.